Okay, go. This is a video response to A Land More Kind Than Home, chapters
3, 4, and 5. Okay.
Yes. Okay, chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
It starts out with Jess crying because he was crying in the last chapter.
Yeah, bless his heart, God bless him. Because he got the splinter in his hand, he's sitting down at the creek, and he's just like, oh heavens.
His hand is throbbing and stuff.
Yes, but he's bleeding, and he's like, oh, I don't want my mama to know that I done been looking in the church, and then he went to see his mama.
And then a few pages in there, like in the truck, and then go.
Yeah, and I was like, what's happening?
She's like, tell me the truth. She's like, tell me the truth. And then he was like, well, I was playing baseball.
If you really want to know the truth.
He was like, I was playing baseball with a rusty, crusty baseball bat. bat.
AKA a piece of wood. And old Joe Bill was throwing little pebbles. Just leave it. And Joe Bill was throwing little pebbles, and we were... And
he was too loose on the wood, so he just got a splinter, and then his mom was like, you lie.
She's
you
like,
lie. But she was,
tell me the truth!
She was like, okay.
What if they call JB's mama? What's JB's mama gonna say?
Exactly. She got to know.
And guess what? Guess what, Jonathan Edward?
What?
There was a miracle in the church.
Oh yeah, there was a miracle in the church. The mother was like, oh, there was a miracle in the church. What was that miracle?
Because Stump said, Mama.
And then in the back of Jess's mind, he was like, as if.
But he didn't want to say it because Mama was like, oh, that's, Stump's going to talk again because it's the devil. And the devil does evil, and he's like, Mama's going to think I'm evil. And I'm like,
and Jess isn't supposed to know that he was...
It's illegal to go in the church.
Jess isn't supposed to go there. Yeah. You can't spy on church. That's illegal.
And then they get to the house, and old Daddy's got a rattler snake.
They have a rattler snake, and we think that it was planted by Nicholas because
they said
yes,
the rattlesnake was not frequent to the area, so we're just going out on a limb.
Not to mention it's a snake, and who else owns snakes in that area? Chambliss.
They had him bury it, and the little stump of the head was just nicking him in the arm. God bless it.
He was like, I cut off the head, now you bury it.
It was just...
Okay, I guess so. Alright, and now he buries the snake and then that's it.
That's chapter 3.
And then chapter 4. Who's the narrator?
Clem? Is that Clem?
Yeah, Clem is the narrator of chapter 4, and he is a sheriff.
He
took over after Jack Mosley. Jack Mosley was like, you're gonna get bored with this job.
Hello, Clem's like, hey, man.
He was like, nope.
He's like, LOL, it's FUN funsies.
So, Clem starts telling his side of the story, and he was like, oh, it was a Sunday night in the summer.
Ring.
Yeah.
Ring.
The phone rings after he's finished with it. He's smoking a cigarette after dinner, and then his wife answers the phone, and she's like, hello. And it's Robert.
It's Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie, the deputy. So he calls and he's like, oh yeah, Ben Hall's son is dead over at Adelaide Lyle's house. God forbid. And he was like, oh. Well, they keep going about talking about how he's dead and stuff. And he was like, oh. He was definitely dead at the church. And yeah.
That was just sad.
He was like, well, they definitely burned to Adelaide Lyle's house. Because you don't want no dead boy in your church. How would that look with the law show up?
It wouldn't look swell. It wouldn't look swell and dandy.
And then that goes on. And then we're finished with that. And then chapter 5 is just as short as chapter 4.
It's still Clem, just chit-chatting it away.
Yeah, it's still Clem. Nothing really happens in chapter 5 except for the fact that he retells his story about how he knows Ben Hall.
And his daddy. Ben Hall's daddy's back in town.
He is an alcoholic, and I think that he
And
he is an abuser.
We feel like he would kill somebody.
I feel like he's gonna kill somebody. I think he would kill somebody.
I feel like if he is not already, he will.
If he wants to, he will.
I'm just throwing away because they said he was big man and they was scared of him and
they wouldn't put it past him.
Especially when they be drinking.
And then he told the story of how they shot his son and Ben and Spaceman shooting out street lights in the suburb. Mm-hmm.
And he would like.
And then he was like, "Ooh, you in trouble? You in trouble?
Ooh, you in trouble? Ooh.
You in trouble?" So then he's like, "Oh yeah, how about we?" And then he recalls how people. What?
What about Gillum?
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Well,
he was talking about how people in little churches like these are basically they believe anything that this guy says to them. They believe that Chambers
is Jesus himself.
He is Jesus reincarnate.
Chambers is Jesus.
There is no holler against this. So he's basically like, oh, remember Gillum? He set his own barn on fire because he thought that the devil was in it.
The devil.
And then Gillum, he was like, oh yeah, the devil's in it. And then later, not like later, but like a few minutes later after he arrives, he starts feeling remorse and he's like, oh, we can see to that tomorrow. I just want to make sure I don't lose anything tonight that I can't get back. So I don't know if he's talking about the barn or if he's being...
We don't know.
I don't know. So, okay. So those are chapters 3, 4, and 5. Chapter 3 was by far the longest. I very much enjoyed chapters 4 and 5.
I enjoyed chapter 3 because old Daddy's a sneaky snake like the Riddler.
Yeah, she doesn't. The Mama doesn't like Daddy.
No, that's why.
That's why she was like, let's put a stake in the garden.
Yeah, she did.
No, over by the barn.
Over by the barn. That's why Mama was getting her with the Chambers.
She wants Chambers instead of Daddy.
Yeah, I mean.
But that don't give you a right to cheat.
I just don't.
Alrighty, so I need to go to class. So we're just gonna wrap this up. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.